Okay, so I'm going to remove the carburetor. Already have the side panel off. These are the tools that I'm going to use for this particular bike. First off, I'm going to loosen the carb, then take the seat off, airbox, and then the carb itself. So here goes. Loosening the clamps on the Jubilee clips on the carb. The reason I'm doing this is that as soon as I've got the airbox off, if I don't loosen this off, then it'll just be hanging on the intake boot. Okay, so next I'm going to take off the petrol pipe, but before I pull the pipe off the carburetor, I'm going to put a cloth underneath to catch the inevitable petrol spill. There you go. Right, off with the seat. I use the long-headed seat bolts, which make it very easy and quick. They've just been nipped up, so I just loosen them off, and I can then, because they're the long bolts, I can do the rest by hand, which makes it a very quick job. Off with the seat, put the long bolts back in the seat so I don't lose them. Seat back out of the way. Whilst I'm here, I'll just lift the tank a little bit to make it easier to access the wedge it up a little bit just to make it easier to access the cables. Right, off with the airbox. And I've got to remember just to I rest the CDI on the frame so it isn't left there hanging. Some handy little storage places for the bolts so they don't get lost. The one on the side is of course slightly shorter than the two on the top, so remember to put that one in its right place when it all goes back. CDI on the side. Now I have to take off the rear subframe strut so that I can get the airbox out. Because of the frame guards that I've got, the lower bolt is at 10, but normally standard both bolts are 12mm. The frame on this one's been powder coated, which is a really good finish. Very pleased with it. Off with the arm, bolts back in their holes so they don't get lost. And I can now drop the airbox back after disconnecting the oil breather pipe. Okay, airbox. Might as well take it off. Fall off. So now onto the carb. Pull the two drain pipes off. Right, that's all free. So now I'm left with the throttle cables, but first of all I've got to get the carb out. Try not to force it over much, because you don't want the inlet stub, the rubber, separating from its aluminium part, so make sure it's properly loose. This one's just being a little, he likes it in there, I think. Here he comes. Have I got it fully? There we go. And now I can get at the throttle cables, pull up the protective rubber cover. I always do the return one first, it's easiest to get out. That's that one. Get the pipes back out of the way, and then do the other one. And these are 10mm, I think that would be the case on most 2TRs. Getting caught up with the cables again. And there we have it, one carb out. I think that took probably less than 5 minutes. Thank you very much for watching.